This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Stevens versus Eames. You all have known each other for 13 years. You're engaged, but allegations of cheating are driving a wedge in your relationship. Ms. Stevens, you've opened this case. Tell us why you're here.
I'm here because me and him, I love him to death. We have a daughter together. We've been together for 2 years. I've known him for 13 years. And I've had suspicions of him cheating and lying and texting inappropriate stuff with other females. As of a month ago, he's been out, and right now we're just like...
So you've kicked him out the home?
Yes, ma'am.
So he is not living in the house?
No, ma'am.
All right, and what's at stake for you? If you find out that, in fact, Mr. Eames is cheating, are you done? Are you willing to try to work through this?
I'm done.
You out?
Everything.
Everything. So, Mr. Eames, this could be a permanent transition for you, that you just gone. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
And that's why you're here fighting?
Yes, Your Honor.
No marriage to her, no future with her,
we have been
no life
engaged.
together with her. All that's on the line.
All that's on the line. And I'm here to fight to prove that I have not been cheating. I have made certain moves, but I have not been cheating.
You made certain moves, Cutler. You heard that?
I've heard that. I heard that.
All right, tell us about the warning signs, Ms. Stevens. What gave you a clue that he might be cheating?
My first warning signs is his phone. Like, he'll have a password on it. When I come around, he'll look at it. But if he texts somebody, he'll hurry up and put it away so I don't see it.
Your Honor, I have never did that. She have always had my code to all my phones.
No, I have not. He just recently had an Android.
I don't even have a phone on that Android.
On his iPhone.
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna get
He
to you,
recently
Ms.
had an
King.
iPhone. On his iPhone,
So-
he did have a passcode. And when
But
I
she
looked
knew
at
the
it,
code, Your Honor.
Hold on,
and when
Mr.
I
Eames.
looked at it, he'll say, "Oh, you get what you're looking for if you find something."
When did this start?
The second year we were together.
So 2 years in, he started playing funny with the phone. And that
Yes,
was a
ma'am.
warning sign to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Cutler, we hear all the time when the phone changes, the phone relationship changes, that people start getting concerned.
The phone.
It's also been the second warning sign is his social media. He's blocked. He has Instagram. He's blocked my page off Instagram.
She's never been blocked, Your
Hold on,
Honor.
Mr. Eames.
He's blocked my Instagram off social media. I have a page I fund with my daughter. He's blocked my daughter off of social media. Family members will tell me he'll text and comment on the people, on the inappropriate photos, butt photos, or half-naked
Okay,
female
hold on, I
photos.
gotta ask him. Mr. Eames, why have you blocked your fiancée from all your social media?
Your Honor, I have not blocked her. I did
have
block her
evidence, Your
from
Honor.
my Instagram once, only because of the harassment that she's been giving me with my social media. She's been saying that I've been doing inappropriate things that I've never really done. I've liked a few photos. The photos that I've liked, they're not all
Your Honor, I have evidence where he's saying inappropriate things.
They're not all
Okay,
the way inappropriate as well, Your Honor.
All right, hold on.
Well, let's take a look. Ron, would you grab that folder from her, please?
I also have a text message where the girl says he'll make her
Okay, hold
his
on.
baby mama.
Okay.
All right, let's look at
I
these
said
photos.
that, Your Honor, but the girl stays way out of state.
All
Okay.
right,
Still
hold on,
said it. You
Mr.
still
Eames.
said it.
Mr.
All right.
Said it.
Let's take a look at what we have here. We have an Instagram photograph of a woman with her tongue stuck out.
And it's got a stud in the tongue.
And this is one that Mr. Eames liked.
Yeah, that's some pose she got.
That girl got a whole lizard tongue.
Yeah, this some tongue right here.
Okay. All right.
All right. Then it's just a picture of a woman. And
I see why you're mad.
yeah, because he asked her to DM him. Mm-hmm. And then we got another one.
Woman striking a pose,
But
From
I
the
think
rear.
she's topless.
and it is, I wish you were mines. That's
Yeah.
what he said.
That's what he said.
Is it make a wish?
Yep. And then the final thing is the text message. And then the other woman says, "Make me your new baby mama."
And Mr. Eames responds, yeah, would you like that?
Yeah.
Then, all right, I got that work, baby girl. I'm pressure.
Show me.
One day I will.
Your Honor, in my defense, I would like to say that all that
Okay,
has occurred,
wait a minute,
but we also have had moments to where she would fake break up with me and I would not hear from her within the next 24 hours, within maybe 48 hours.
Okay, that is not gonna explain why you writing somebody and saying, you know, she's asking you to make her your new baby mama, and you like, yeah, I would like that. That's not an excuse for that, is it?
That's not an excuse, but we wasn't together at the moment. That's also not what she's telling you. She's showing you that when we wasn't together, Your Honor.
You all worked together when you sent these text messages, that's what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
He also had a female call my job while I'm at work, and she actually...
Okay, what happened? What happened?
I introduced myself as I'm at a restaurant. I introduced myself, my name, and how may I help you? She's on the other line. Oh, yeah, you and him not together. He right here. Me and him together. He don't want you. He's on my side. And
Your Honor,
I hung up the phone. Then he personally called my cell phone.
Right after that?
So I answered. When I answered, he gave her the phone, and she said, yeah, oh, like before, we still together. He still don't want you. So today, when you got another female calling my phone while you at work, you got me thinking that y'all got something going on. Otherwise, why would you give her your phone when you supposed to be in a relationship with her?
That never happened.
Mr. Eames, she's saying some woman called from your phone.
First of all, when I called her from my phone, she took the phone from me and told her that rubbish. I had nothing to do with that one.
Okay, so why were you calling...
Go ahead.
Why were you calling Miss Stevens in the presence of this other woman who
because
probably
I
has
was
a
trying
thing
to
for you?
explain myself to keep her from getting upset. Because
okay, this makes no sense. So let me make sure I'm gonna try to follow this trail.
Tell you what, you help me and I'm gonna help you. We're gonna try to figure this out because this is not making any sense to me either.
Okay, so she calls from your work phone. Your coworker calls your fiance and says he's with me. Did you hear that conversation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so all that part is true.
That
yes, Your Honor.
All right, you got the call and you hung up after she started talking to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then you immediately call her on your cell phone. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're claiming the woman took the phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
And said the same craziness she said on the work phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
To Miss Stevens.
To Miss Stevens.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so this did happen. So let's just start with that. It happened.
Yes, Your
now,
Honor.
the question is, why?
I worked with her a few times on my shifts. So I don't know if she was feeling me or whatever. All I know is, Your Honor, I wasn't affiliated with her in that type of way at all. My attentions and my emotions has always been on her.
So you're saying you don't know why this woman did that?
Honestly, no, Your Honor.
And you believe that she did it because she's sleeping with him, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any other reasons to believe he's cheating?
Recently, he was supposed to go to a hotel party that he said he didn't go to. Come to find out at noon that day, he stopped texting me and calling me. I texted him, I called him multiple times. Then he kept saying he was at work. I texted him and called him multiple times, got no response. Common sense, hotels get out at 11 or 11:30. That's their checkout time. He texted me the next day around 11 or 11:30 saying, I got shot. Or I'm in the hospital, I'll let you know when I get out.
Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, now she says you came back the next morning and said you had been shot.
Yes, ma'am. He texted me and told me that he got shot.
He texted you and said he had been shot?
Yes, ma'am.
You got shot at work?
I didn't get shot.
Then come the next day, Your Honor, was so bad.
Wait a minute.
He came in with a limp, saying he got a limp like,
hold on.
knowing he got shot.
Step out here, let me see what...
He came up in there limping like you limping, what you limp? I assume you got shot on the leg when you started limping. Then when I looked, you had no bandage, you had no wound, no blood, no nothing.
Did you ask him to roll up his pants leg or show you,
He had on shorts.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
So that made it noticeable. That made it more noticeable. You have on shorts, why have on shorts?
So you went to the party?
No, ma'am, I went to work. I actually got the call from my boss an hour before I was going to the party, because yes, my intentions were to go to the party, but I didn't on the account of my boss called me within that hour and asked me, can I come in and work? He said, I know it's a late notice, but can you come in? I said, yes, I can.
What were you thinking? How did you think she was going to get around not having a bullet wound?
Because honestly, I planned on that day to tell her just what she said. I didn't get shot. I just needed her to back up off me, ease up off me. because I was really stressed out that day after work.
Okay, but
You went from 0 to 60. There's a lot of stuff you could have said in between before you got to.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Look, I'm in shock.
all right. Well, Mr. Cutler, I think that beats it all. We've been told a whole lot of stuff up on this bench. I forgot my charger.
I got my charger.
Phone was dead.
Phone was dead.
I'm holding the condoms for my friend.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of
This one-
excuses in this courtroom. We have not yet heard, I was shot, so that's why I didn't come home all night.
Yeah, no, I was shot, but I needed space. That's the reason I told that. That beats it. So here's what we got, Cutler. Miss Stevens believes that Mr. Eames is cheating.
Right.
And she has said, if he's guilty, if he has been deceptive, if he's been cheating, she's out.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call digital forensic consultant Patrick Seward to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Seward into the courtroom.
Patrick
How are you, Mr. Seward?
Doing well, Your Honors. How are you?
Great.
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Tell us what you did to investigate this case.
I did a full forensic analysis of Mr. Eames' cell phone. This included searching his phone for messaging apps, as well as looking for any dating apps, deleted messages, photos or videos that may be relevant.
Did you uncover any suspicious activity on Mr. Eames' phone?
Yes, I found 23 photos of a woman's anatomy.
Oh.
Brought those with me.
Oh. Oh,
This is a very up-close and personal nude photograph of a woman.
Yeah. Oh.
And this is a very up-close and personal photograph of a nude woman's private parts.
From the back.
This is yet a closer and more up-close and more personal photograph of a woman's private parts. Mr. Eames, is this a woman you've been intimate with?
Actually, Your Honor, it's my baby mother.
First
Okay.
you can't say me.
Actually,
Half of them are not even my location.
All right, Miss Stevens, we're gonna have you take a look at what we're looking at and see if that's you.
These are. But
Okay.
the 4 at the bottom,
Not.
that's not even my location.
Okay. Mr. Stewart, did you find anything else on his phone?
Yes, I also found pictures of a male's private parts.
Oh, boy. Okay. Did you send these to anybody?
yes, my baby, her.
Okay. Ron, would you hand these to Miss Stevens and see if she received these?
I received 2 out of 3.
To further investigate this matter, the court would like to call licensed polygraph examiner Tommy Platt. Ron, please escort Mr. Platt into the courtroom. Mr. Platt, how are you today?
Wonderful, sir.
You conducted a polygraph examination on Mr. Eames, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You asked Mr. Eames, since you've been physically separated from Ms. Stevens these last 4 weeks, have you had physical sexual contact with a woman other than Ms. Stevens? What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
Told you. I told you. I told you.
That's one.
I told you.
That's one.
Mr. Platt, you asked Mr. Eames, did you have sexual intercourse with a woman the night you claimed you were shot? What was his response?
He stated no.
Mr. Eames?
It was no.
All right. What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
All right, Mr. Eames.
What?
Who were you with the night you claimed you were shot?
Your Honor, I was with no one.
Now,
Boy, you dumb.
Mr. Eames, if you have any chance of going forward with Ms. Stevens, now is the time to come clean.
I haven't been with anybody, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Eames, you've made a decision not to make a decision. But a decision, I think, has been made over here by Miss Stevens. Miss Stevens?
He gone either way it go. Like, if you don't say you gone either way it go.
You've been together 5 years, but you believe Mr. Crayton has been leading a double life of women and lies, and you have brought him to court today. Tell me why you've opened this case.
Your Honor, you are so right. I've been with this man 5 years.
All right.
This man is a habitual liar, a habitual cheater. He's disrespectful. Women call his phone. He answers, he texts. But when I call or when I text, he never responds.
And you done?
Yes, I am so done.
You're not going any further?
No. All right.
Mr. Crayton, those are some pretty strong allegations and accusations she's got against you. What are you here to show today?
I want to show her that I am a trustworthy man, that I do love her, and despite our differences, I feel as though we have a chance at making this work out.
All right. All right, now you said when you first met things were good. Tell me about the warning signs, though.
The first warning sign is when I first met him. I was walking into the store, he was walking out.
Okay.
He chased me throughout the store. He walked up to me and said, "Ooh, I finally found you. I finally found you." He got my attention. He took my phone out of my hand and put his number in my phone.
Oh.
All right.
That's
So, Mr. Crayton, were you chasing after her?
I was.
Because you were on your way out the store and you made a U-turn.
Yeah, I saw her. I was putting my groceries in the car, and I mean, I was like, wow. You know, I couldn't believe it. So I did run back in the store, and I didn't necessarily grab her phone, but I was trying to talk to her, and she was almost as if I'm busy. So I was like, well, listen, I'm running out of time. So then I, politely grabbed the phone and put my number in.
Okay, all right.
all right, so after he put the number in your phone, what happened next?
I proceeded in, and as I was walking through the store, he was in another woman's face.
So minutes after leaving you, he's trying to mack another woman.
Yes. He's
And-
doing the same thing.
All right, Mr. Crayton, I see that you're flashy because I can hardly, all the bling. The court did a little looking, and we found some pictures of you to back that up. Let's see what we got. Look at you.
Oh, look at there, look at there.
Blank, blank, baby. All right.
It wasn't like that in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
He was more conservative. He was not flashy like this. He was more attentive to my needs. We did things together, respectful, and then all that changed.
All right, well, how did that turn come?
Your Honor, he moved a woman in with him.
Well, that's
All right.
pretty hard.
Tell me about that.
Well, what happened is he moved into his place, and he didn't want me to know where he lived at.
That's not true.
He
did
moved
not
to
want
another
me to know
place and
where-
didn't tell you?
He didn't want me to know where he lived at. And it's just one night, I had this intuition, something woke me up out of my sleep. I got dressed, I got in my car, I drove around in the area that I live in, and what did I see? His van backed in at this house.
That's not true, Your Honor.
All right, tell me, I'm getting ready to ask you, why wouldn't you tell her where you live?
This woman, as you can tell with all this Leo fire and energy in her, always trying to out-talk me about everything, control me. When I was getting ready to move, I mentioned a couple of areas that I was thinking about moving in. Never imagined in my wildest dreams she would actually find this place. So she was driving around the neighborhoods that I had mentioned months earlier that I thought I might move to, and that's how she saw my van.
Okay, that's how she saw your van, but that doesn't explain the other woman that you moved into your new place that you didn't tell her about. Who was the other woman?
The other woman was just a friend that I had knew that was trying to relocate to the city that I was in.
That's not true.
Okay, so
Okay, wait. Is this a woman you've slept with in the past?
Yana, again, it was.
That's a yes or no question, Mr. Crayton. Say it with me. Say it.
Come
Wait,
on, come
Mr.
on.
Crayton, look right at me. Say yes. Look right at me.
Yes.
Okay, There you go.
So,
All right.
Ms. Bowden,
Go ahead, love.
Ms. Bowden, how did you find out about this other woman?
Your Honor, Christmas Eve, he called and asked me to come over to the house, but by the time I got over there, he wasn't answering my call. Then he pulls up with the woman in his car.
I see the tears in your eyes.
I get out of my car.
It's all right. This hurt you deeply, didn't it? Okay, you looking at her. Do you see how this has hurt her?
I see how it's hurting her, Your Honor, but it was just one time that we were together, this lady and I. We were never a couple at all.
That's not true.
All right. Is this the only woman that you've had an encounter with regarding Mr. Crayton?
No, it's
All
not.
right.
He was supposed to bring me some food. As soon as he brought the food in, he said, oh, I gotta go to the store to get my T-shirts.
Okay.
So he rushes out. I'm sitting there getting ready to eat, but then I decided that I wanted some lemonade and I wanted some candy. So what I did is I called him, kept calling him. He never answered the phone. So I decided to get in my car and go to the store.
Uh-oh. Now, you submitted an exhibit, correct?
Yes.
Would you step over to the monitor?
This is me walking in the store.
Cute dress.
This is him and the woman that he's having a conversation with. He's so involved in the conversation that he don't even see me standing there looking dead at him.
And he never saw you.
He never saw me and I was standing right there.
She was supposed to be at home. I brought her some food.
Did you hear your phone ringing?
I didn't even hear my phone. I
course
ran in
you
there
did.
just to come back home. I never thought
Of
she
course you
was
didn't hear my
even
phone.
away from home. It was
He's so
literally
busy
3 or
into
4
the
minutes that I was gone.
So did you actually get to talk to him about what you saw and what was going on?
Yes,
okay,
I did.
Tell me what happened.
Because by the time I was walking down the aisle, I hear him, Tammy, what you doing here? See, here's the T-shirts. See, I told you I came to get the T-shirts. He had held the T-shirts up to me.
Right.
And I said, I saw you talking to that woman. I said, I called you 3 times. You didn't answer your phone. But no, you were so involved in the conversation. I wasn't talking to no woman. I wasn't talking to no woman. You were. I said, I tell you what, let me go ask her. So I turned and I went to find a woman to talk to her, and he left out. He had on designer slides. He almost broke his neck running out the store so he can go to my house and get his food off the counter before I got there.
Okay, you can step back to the podium.
Last time I checked, having a conversation does not constitute cheating on someone. Now, this is what I have to deal with, Jan. I have to deal with her being so, I know women have issues with men, but this is just a conversation in a public place, and it really wasn't a conversation as much as it was me telling the lady which direction she was walking to get her.
Okay, Mr. Crayton, let's suppose all that's true. Why did you run out of the store when Ms. Bowden said, well, I'm gonna go talk to the lady?
Because I knew in my mind she had it made up that she was going to do some dumb stuff, and I needed to get out of there, get to my food that I had just brought her, and get out of that house before World War III started.
That's not true.
You know, a better explanation is you knew what was about to pop off because the other woman was gonna tell that you were trying to mack her.
I wasn't trying to mack the woman. I really wasn't.
Is there anything else, Miss Bowden, that makes you think Mr. Crayton's cheating?
Yes. His phone started ringing. Then he texts. Then all of a sudden, I gotta go out of town. I'm going to Chicago. I said, oh, so now you want to go to Chicago since this person been blowing you up. We know it wasn't a man. So, Friday morning, he leaves out, going to Chicago.
How do you know it wasn't a man?
Yeah.
Okay, whenever he's talking to a woman, what he'll do is, okay, they'll call his phone, then he'll say, hello, hello, like he don't hear him. Hello, hello, and then the phone will hang up. Then what he'll do is go back and text. And then they call back, and then, he act like he don't hear him. That's what he does.
All right, now tell me about this trip. I gotta go out of town.
Yes, so he left Friday morning, telling me that he was going out of town. Okay, Saturday I had to work. I was on my way home. What do I see and who do I see? He's pulling out of the restaurant. I'm behind him. He has a personalized plate.
All right.
Now,
She didn't see me.
No. Yes, I did.
If
Yes,
she would
I
have
did.
saw me, Your Honor, we would have had a high-speed chase.
Let me tell
We've had
you.
that before.
No.
She would have been on a
No.
high-speed chase.
No.
She would not have been calm,
When he
trying
saw
to pursue me.
turn around, he took off.
Okay. All right, where were you? If you weren't there?
I was actually in Chicago. So
All right, so what you're saying is that wasn't you?
that was not me.
Mistaken identity.
It was It was not me.
Well, I have proof.
All right, Ron, would you please get that, please?
What type of proof you got?
All right, tell me about what I'm looking at.
So, he come back in town on Monday, supposedly. My daughter finds the proof on my kitchen table.
Your daughter found this
It
on the
was
kitchen
folded up
table.
on my
And this is a
table.
receipt.
Yes, that's
for a
the receipt
hotel.
from the hotel.
And
If
this
you notice-
hotel is near you?
Yes, it's not far.
And it's not in Chicago?
No.
Who were you doing at this hotel?
John, I've never even seen this receipt until now, but I'm always staying at the hotel. Whenever she starts going through her ranting and raving,
Okay.
and I have to just kind of go somewhere and hit the reset button.
I'm not the one standing people up. I'm not the one making false promises. I don't tell you I'm gonna do something and don't. My word means everything. All a person have is their word.
What about you? Can you admit
sit up there
anything?
and tell
Can you
me-
admit anything
You
about
sit
yourself?
up there and tell me we're gonna do this, and then soon as the time comes, something else come up. I can change my mind. I can do what I want to do. You don't tell me. You don't control me.
Because this is
That's
what
you
she'll do
say.
if I take her somewhere. I take her places,
Stop
and every
lying.
time I take her somewhere, I could
All
just
right.
be.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry,
All right.
man.
I think we got enough evidence.
Yeah,
I think
buddy.
we've heard enough testimony.
Woo!
We've seen the evidence. And Ms. Bowden, if you find out he is cheating,
I'm
then
done.
you're done.
Yes.
Well, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call Sergeant of Investigation and licensed polygraph examiner Tommy Platt to determine, is he cheating? Mr. Platt, how are you?
Good afternoon, Your Honors.
So, Mr. Platt, what did you do to investigate this case?
We had a member of the team perform a covert surveillance on Mr. Crayton.
Mr. Crayton, I'm looking at your face. I'm looking at your face, and there is complete terror on your face.
That was a hostile environment in that room when I walked in that room. Wow.
All right, let's see what we got.
Now I'm grading my own little films.
Okay.
You got your headshots,
I
Kate?
can see some stuff. I got a sexy shit. I'll show you some pictures. They're hot, like meaning they look good. Yeah.
Okay, so
What was all this?
what were you doing over here?
I was actually just looking in my phone at the time to be doing something other than.
All right.
No.
What do you think about what we're seeing, Ms. Bowden?
I believe I believe it because last night he disappeared and then come back to 1 o'clock in the morning.
I
So
had a meeting.
how do I know that you didn't go meet with her?
I don't even know her.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Well, to further investigate this matter, the court conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Crayton, and we have those results. Mr. Crayton was asked from Friday, October 12th through Monday, October 15th, did you have physical sexual contact with anyone other than Ms. Bowden? What was his response to that question?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was telling the truth.
So those are the days on the hotel receipt where he disappeared.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
You asked Mr. Crayton, since being in a relationship with Ms. Bowden, have you had physical sexual contact with the woman Ms. Bowden confronted at your home? What was his response to that question?
He stated yes. He confessed.
Okay. All right. So during your relationship, you slept with this woman?
This was the time, I believe, Your Honor, that we were broken up.
No, we
Because
wasn't.
I was living in my own place at this
No,
point.
he wasn't. No.
Ms. Bowden, you're shaking your head no.
No.
Why are you shaking your head no?
Because he lied. He told me she was just a roommate. You lied to me. Why lie to me? Why?
Mr. Crayton, when you look at Ms. Bowden, when you see the tears streaming down her face, what's going on in here, in your heart? What are you feeling?
I'm feeling sorrow, and I feel bad about the decisions. But again, Your Honor,
we was
all of the
together. I wish
breakups
you'd stop
that we
saying
had-
we wasn't together. It's like this. When he want to mess around, then we not together. That's the reason why we've been having these issues, because of you. You try to turn it like it's me when it's you. I've been faithful. I ain't messed around on you. I ain't done none of this. I'm over it. I'm done. I am so done.
This is the case of Lebron versus James.
Yeah,
You all
Mr.
have
Cutler, wait. When I saw that, when I first looked at this, I thought LeBron James in couples court. But then I was like, oh, it's LeBron versus James.
Yes, you're right. This is the case of LeBron versus James. You all have been together for 5 years, you're engaged, you have one child together, and you're trying to start your family, but allegations of cheating have put everything on hold right now. Mr. LeBron, you've opened this case in couples court. Tell us why you're here.
I'm here because I think Aaron James has been cheating on me, or has cheated on me before. We've been together for 5 years, and we have a child together, and he's done things that have been suspicious. He asked me to marry him, but I can't do that yet if I have all these trust issues.
You just can't take that step until you get that resolved.
For sure, because I've always been a very independent person, and I don't play games. If you're messing around with me, I will get up and leave, because I'm not gonna stick around to be played and look like a fool, especially when I have a son he's gotta look up to his father. I want him to be a better man in all this, and I don't think that he can instill that into my son unless I know that he's been completely faithful.
Wait. So what you're saying to this court is your new family is on the line.
It is. Everything is on the line, like our whole relationship, our family, and I need to know. I need to get the truth.
Mr. James, she says she doesn't play games. Are you playing games?
No, sir. I love my fiancée. I'm here to just prove it that I haven't done anything. I'm no cheat. So I want to be there for my son.
But you understand, based on what she said, that everything's on the line.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Miss LeBron, how did you two meet?
Well, we met in high school. Actually, he was in 8th grade at the time, and I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, and, you all was so cute.
Yeah, his brother wanted to hook us up together, but I was like, no, he's not even in high school yet. Like, I can't. So whenever we first saw each other, it was just like love at first sight. Like, we didn't even know each other, but we just stared at each other. We couldn't get our eyes off.
I like that hair you were working up.
Yeah.
Look at you. Woo-woo.
Thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
Totally. So whenever he got to high school, he was super shy. Like, he couldn't even speak to me. And that took all the way to our senior year in high school.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So you started dating. Mr. James, what was it about her that made you say, I'm going to overcome this shyness and start a relationship?
Well, when we first met each other, when I was at the volleyball game, I just noticed she kept coming around and around and around and around. So at first I was like, all right, I think she likes me, but I'm too shy to even talk to her. So when it came around school, passed up freshman year, passed it up, too shy. Sophomore year, passed it up, too shy. When I was a junior, she was a senior, I was like, you know what, she's about to leave, let me give it a shot. She asked me to go to the movies with her. I said, I'm gonna go. Like,
Yeah, you went.
That's exactly how I said it.
Stuttering, just like you did now.
And the rest is history.
I've never felt this way about anybody else. Like, I feel this is my person, and I want to be with him for the rest of my life.
Yeah. She makes me laugh every day. She's very outgoing. Like, she'll talk nonstop, and I love it.
Reminds me of another young couple that I used to know many moons ago.
Tell me about this couple.
They enjoyed each other's company. They used to hang out, and one was more talkative than the other. In a good way.
Why don't you introduce me to him after court one day?
I will. I'll do that.
All right, you do that. So the sad part, though, Mr. Cutler, is as cute as they are and as lovely as this sounds, why do you believe that he's a cheater?
He was texting these girls, and my friend and I came up with this idea to catfish him.
Okay.
And so she like downloaded this fake texting app, and she pretended to be a girl that he was familiar with. At first, it was just flirting. We were like, "Hey, you're so cute," and he would eat it up, like he would respond to it, and I was just like, okay, so let's go a little further, and we started saying like, hey, like I want to mess with you and everything, and he definitely went along with it. He was just like, I don't have a car, like you can come pick me up, or maybe, and he was like, and if you can't pick me up, like your mom can come pick me up and all this, so that we can, because
And you're watching this in real time.
in real time, yeah. It was Father's Day, so I'm like, I'm at dinner with my family. He's there too, and I'm just looking at him, watching him text.
Oh,
back.
wait, what?
So,
So my friend is texting him.
so your friend is texting him from somewhere else, and you're sitting there
And
watching him
eat it
respond to
up.
this.
And I'm like, I'm getting heated. Like, you could tell. Like, I was sitting at the table, and I was pissed. I wasn't looking at him. I wasn't talking to him at all. And he could tell, you know. He said that, he knew it was me the whole time.
All right, Mr. James, some hottie starts texting you and saying, you're cute and I like you. You didn't shut that down?
I mean, at first I tried to. At that point, it started getting fishy, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna keep going along with it.
So the catfish started getting fishy?
Yeah.
So were you playing Miss Lebron?
At the dinner table, I looked at her while I was texting to see if she would text back, because I thought it was her messing with me. But she didn't look at her phone not one bit. So I was like, all right, well then, this got to be somebody else.
So then you just continue to talk to her?
Yeah.
In a flirty
the whole
manner.
Time.
But you believe more was going on?
Yeah, for sure. Because I was like, if he could talk to my friend like this and not even know who it is, like, he's probably doing the same thing with other girls, you know?
What else makes you believe he's cheating?
His sister actually texted me. And I have the evidence right here. She had messaged me.
Ron, would you please get that document?
Yes, Sean.
And she told me that she had seen something fishy on his phone. She'd seen messages from other girls. And then she told me that she saw him delete them right away. And I was pregnant at the time. She felt extremely bad. That's why she took the initiative to text me.
Mr. James's sister wrote, I accidentally clicked on a message. I was just curious and saw it was another female.
And you responded, another female? He's talking to someone else?
Mr. James's sister responded, and I want to tell you because I don't think it's right.
My sister, when she went through my phone, I'm pretty sure she just saw the female's name and that was it. Because it wasn't serious at all with this girl.
Well, why would your sister say this? I mean, she's supposed to have your back if nobody else does.
I guess she just felt bad for her because she was pregnant, but...
His sister wasn't the only person messaging me. I had like some of his coworkers calling me and telling me about the same girl that his sister told me about.
Okay, wait a minute.
So his coworkers are calling me saying that he's being deceitful and he's out with this other girl. He's been texting her for a while. They've been flirting back because he worked in the deli. That she would go and flirt with him, and they would spend time together.
I was on the clock working, and whenever I'd have to go get the chicken, pick it up if it was out of time, like been out too long, and she'd be walking next to me while I go pick it up and just talking to me.
And so I, of course, like I'm 6 months pregnant at the time, I started freaking out because I'm like, okay, he should be talking to me. I'm the only female he should be talking to while I'm pregnant.
I've been messaging you.
So I woke up another family member. This was at about 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, we're going to his job. Like, we're gonna
So
drive.
you went up to his job?
Yeah.
And what did that look like? What happened on the job?
Well, on the job, he was supposed to be on the clock, and so when I get there, he's not there. So it looked funny. It looked like maybe he was with that other girl, especially since the coworker's sitting here telling me that he's with her and partying with her.
Mr. James, this looks bad.
It does look bad.
The very one day.
One day, your fiance goes up to your job to look for you. You're not there.
I was home. I called off. I didn't want to go to work that day.
But isn't that the same day? Isn't that the same day that she finds out that your coworkers are saying you're with this other girl?
Well, she hadn't been calling me. Like my phone was on the charger, and I was hanging out with my dad.
Yeah, so when he's not at work, I'm obviously blowing up his phone, and he's not answering. So if he's not at work and he's not answering the phone, he must be with somebody else.
Yeah, that's waiting. That's waiting.
Do you have any other evidence?
Yeah, I actually do. So I start getting, like, I'm an FBI agent, so I start to get as much as I can.
Okay.
And I actually ended up texting the girl that he was talking to, and I said, hey, you know, like, I'm 6 months pregnant. If Aaron's being deceitful or he's being unfaithful or y'all seeing each other, just let me know now and I'll cut the ties. Like, you can have him, just like, let me know. Let me know. So
All right.
I'm not gonna sit around and look stupid.
And you're communicating via text?
Yeah.
And
via
do you
text.
have
So
those text messages?
Yeah, she ended up sending me screenshots of their conversation.
Okay.
And it really didn't look good for him.
So she sent you screenshots of her conversation with Mr. James?
Yes.
The other woman?
The other woman.
Okay. So Mr. James writes,
like you weren't looking for a relationship.
The other woman responds, relationships are cool and all. I don't care about titles. I just want to be happy.
And Mr. James responds, I want to blank with you.
Mr. James?
Yeah, that may have looked bad, but
No,
it does look bad.
It does look bad.
It may have looked bad. It does look bad. It's going to look bad tomorrow. It's bad.
Yes.
But I just wanted to hang out with her. That was all.
Well, that's not what you said because we had to blank that out. It wasn't hang out. It was something else with her. I mean, you know, it is what it is. That's what you wrote.
Yeah, I had no intentions on messing around with her at all, I promise.
So after you get this text message, what do you do?
I cried. Like,
Right.
honestly, I just, because somebody that is your best friend of 5 years, like, you wouldn't think that they would even think about doing something like this to you. So, like, I continued texting the girl, and she ends up telling me that she's not the only one. Like, I have evidence.
So you got more?
Yeah, she had texted me saying that he had zero remorse for what he was doing to me, especially, like, while pregnant. And so,
And she says, this man is bad news. Aaron shows zero remorse for what he's doing with other girls while having a baby. I'm sorry again. So it's not just her. She's saying there are other women that he's involved with while you're expecting his child.
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. James.
The other girls she's talking about are people I had lunch with when I'm on my lunch break.
Well, what are you doing on your lunch break with these other women that's making this other woman say you're bad news?
I don't know what she was thinking, but with the other women, I honestly just talked about her, about the baby.
So when you say you're having lunch, are you having lunch or are you having sex?
Having lunch.
Mr. Cutler, I think we have enough information today.
I think we do too. And Mr. James, everything is on the line because you've heard clearly from your fiancé, if you're found to be cheating, the LeBron James wedding is off. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
History.
Right. Well, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call cybersecurity expert Patrick Seward to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Seward into the courtroom. Patrick Seward. Good day, sir. How are you?
Good day, Your Honors. I'm well. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
The court ordered Mr. James to submit his phone for forensic examination, correct?
Yes.
Correct. When you conducted your forensic examination of Mr. James's phone, did you find anything interesting in his messages?
Yes, I did. I recovered 14 photos of Mr. James in various poses and states of undress. A few of them I brought with me today.
So these are pictures of him standing nude.
So the first picture is just of him from the abdomen up nude, and then full body cam.
Yeah, I'm calling it nude.
You're calling it nude.
I'm calling it nude.
Look at you. Who did you send these photos to?
Probably her.
Probably?
No, for sure her. If they haven't been sent, they're in my photo library. That's it.
So you didn't send these to this young woman we keep hearing about?
No.
You did just send them to somebody else?
No, Your Honor.
Miss LeBron, have you seen these photos?
I've seen that one, but the other one, I don't know about the first one.
You got the money shot.
I got the money shot.
Okay.
I remember that one.
All right. To further investigate this case, we would like to call certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams to determine, is he cheating?
Step right over to the monitor.
All right. Mr. Williams, for the court record, please tell us your credentials.
For the record, I am a retired federal agent. I've been doing polygraph examinations for the last 25 years. I'm currently a private investigator in the state of Georgia.
So you asked Mr. James, did you ever have physical sexual contact with a coworker, your fiance, Miss Lebron text. What was his response?
Your Honor, he said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Regarding this question on physical sexual contact with the coworker, he was being truthful.
Mr. Brown, how does that make you feel?
Better.
I saw
At
a
ease.
smile. Yeah.
I gotta wait for the other questions. See.
Mr. James was asked, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman during your 5-year relationship with Ms. LeBron? What was his response to that question?
Your Honor, he said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
I detected no physiological changes, which indicated to me he was being truthful.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. Look at the lipstick on your face. So that makes you feel good.
You
we
got
can move
a
on.
big smile.
Yeah.
He's wearing your lipstick.
Yeah, he is.
It looks like Mr. Cutler's LeBron James wedding is on.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
You guys are such a cute and handsome couple. We wish you all the best as you all move forward. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice.
Yeah.
Okay? Treat her like the queen that she is. Don't give her any reasons to doubt how you feel about her and your intentions toward her. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.